They like inject cheese inside of the mushroom, right? Then you got like all your regular fixings on there, but hot
Hold on.
is good.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the next installment of Theta Thursdays. I am one of your hosts, Mifune, and we have Dawn here.
Hello, I am back this week.
Yes, and today we are joined by Azriel. Syndic has gone missing, but that's okay. DeClorian and Mike Flood, one of our FCs. So, how's everyone doing today? Tonight?
Well, I just got back from dinner, so I'm doing pretty good. And Azrael, I think, was just telling us about a burger he was eating.
It
Oh
does
man,
sound delicious.
it was glorious. So they take it's a mushroom burger. So they take like the mushroom and they inject it with cheese. And then like you have all of your other fixings and stuff in there, but the mushroom itself is like deep fried before they put it on the burger. Holy shit. Then I had a salted caramel shake and well, that's amazing too.
Mike, how you doing tonight?
I'm doing okay.
So,
So-
Mike, you were also eating dinner right before the stream. Mike, what were you having for dinner?
Fucking microwave pizza.
Microwave pizza. That is amazing. I love that.
So, I guess we'll jump right into it because there has been everything likes to happen on the weekend after us, so we normally don't get as much fresh stuff to talk about. But there is a little fresh stuff this week. But I do want to let's start with the KVN Keepstar. And most of the other shows have like talked about this to death, but I didn't get to be there. I got to watch it, but I kind of knew what was going to happen as soon as like all those smart bombers came out from NC side and our side, and the Theta was already 10%. There were only like what 2,500 in local or something.
There was only 25. It peaked at 2,500, and then it literally died down to 2,200, and then that's when the server crashed. When it was only at like 2,200, it was whack.
Now, like, were you there on the field that day, or were you?
Yes,
still in
I
school?
was. I was reporting for
Mike?
the
Do you
field.
sound like me?
You're talking to Mike.
I was one of the back seats for the Rogue fleet, and yeah, I was with when we had all those fucking smart bombers go off. And then Dave gets warped in on by the other smart bombers, and the server dies.
So, which were you backseating the main one, or were you backseating Dave's?
The Rogues.
The Rogues. So how are they? Because I haven't gotten to see them from an FC perspective yet, because of me commentating on the field and whatnot. So what are they fun? Are they fun to fly?
Yeah. Like, we were insta-popping a test fucking, like, rogue every 5 seconds at one point during that.
That
I mean,
is amazing.
The trade-off. Like, did you notice that it was pretty even back and forth between you guys, or was it like, one rogue on our side lost for every like 2 that we got on their side? What did it seem like? I know in tie-dye it's a little hard to tell, but
we were killing them faster than they could kill us. That was the main thing.
Now, was that because of Logi holding, or was that just straight up you guys were you were alphaing things off the grid, like, quickly?
We were just killing them faster due to our fit. Like, their fit had a lot more tanks than ours did. So,
Good
we
things
went
to know.
straight for the glass cannon damage.
say again?
We went for the glass cannon approach.
Yeah, I mean, you could put it that way, but it just went how, I mean, it went how at least I thought it was going to go against them. Also, PGL didn't bring a lot of PGL's fleet was out of range at the beginning, so he was only shooting with a portion of his fleet, while the Ravens were focusing on the Keepstar. Another thing to note is we only had T1 Logi. The test fleet had 40 Basilisks, not like a small amount. They had 40 Basilisks in their whole fleet, So
Well, an interesting development. So obviously the KVN Keepstar didn't hold up because of the server, and the YTech 2 didn't hold up because of the bombing run slash their poor planning. We'll just say that. So this week, I believe it was like Tuesday or Wednesday, sometime this week, they decided to reinforce the KVN Keepstar, and they finally did what Goons learned a long time ago, was just throw Titans at it. And so they had like a 250 or something man Titan fleet, just ref that thing. And that's the surefirest way to kill a Keepstar, especially when your enemy doesn't have any capitals in the region to fucking kill you. I was wondering when they were going to finally get to that point.
Well, so they had to move those. A lot of those Titans are still logged off, from what I know, on the Fortizar and IC. They don't have a Keepstar in Fountain, so they had to move those from Marmaha, and then they had to move them, and they're keeping them on a
Wait,
Fortizar.
didn't they just move them though?
Yeah,
I've been gone for the last like 3 days, so sorry that I haven't kept up with this week's current events. But like, did they seriously move all the way to Iridia and then move from Iridia all the way to Fountain just to kill a Keepstar? Like, they probably spent more than 300 billion on fuel at that point. Like, honestly, Jesus.
I don't know about that much. Fuel's
Well,
kinda
not
cheap.
that much, but like, you know what I mean? Like, that's too much fucking fuel, man.
Oh, it might have been that much if you're doing Piggles math. But if you're not doing Piggles math, I mean, it's a bit of
1,000 Titans, right? 1,000 Titans.
Well, so you got to think of it this way. So they're having to take their members and mint them all the way from Iridia up into Fountain after them having to do 11 jumps the week prior in their Supers and Titans. And then they're having to sit logged off there for a week at least, unless they drop a Keepstar there, which I don't believe they have. I don't know if they plan to, but yeah.
I think they spent all their Keepstars trying to make a daisy chain from test space over to Iridia.
Oh, I don't
know if
doubt
they
that
have
we'll
any more
see.
to spare.
I don't doubt that we will see those Keepstars unanchored and tried to be like picked up, or if they're gonna keep them there until they go home at the end of it.
That will all factor onto how their assault on Delve goes. And if if there's one big Titan fight and then it's like, oh shit, and they start pulling back, I think they might try pulling up some of the Keepstars. I believe they're all under Fraternity. I don't quote me on that because I haven't actually been into Marmaha, but that's what I heard.
Frat put it down. Then they transferred one of,
Okay.
at least the one at Marmaha. They transferred it to Horde, from what I understand. Or
Which
Test.
is-
I'm pretty sure
so-
Horde though.
It really surprises me, and maybe this is just a me thing, that Test is really keeping their whole super fleet in a Horde Keepstar. Because NC made a big point about not wanting to be, they wouldn't park their super fleet in a Keepstar that wasn't controlled by them.
I know, right?
Maybe it's because it's low.
And obviously the big meme this week has been like PGL being like 1,000 Titans will descend on Del. First off, we kind of were like, okay, We moved 1,300, but it's been a while, so let's see what they do. And they moved. I think the total number's finally gotten about 800 from what we were told in public channels. But the first day they moved 600, and they had some dreads and supers mixed in too. But the actual tight numbers I think was up to like 600 the first day. And then rumor has it they were running out of fuel along the way because the guys didn't plan for the many amount of jumps they were gonna do.
Yeah, I mean, they had to move their supers. It was 11 Titan jumps, so you got to think waiting out fatigue and all that shit. That must have been a 10-hour plus move up. I mean, if you're thinking realistically.
Oh, I don't doubt that. It's my understanding, and someone please correct me if I'm wrong here, but I heard a story that basically what they did was they had all the keep stars, they lit sinos, and they said just jump whenever your red timer's up. And people just jumped at various different times, and so everyone had varying things of tie-dye.
Also, they did one big one. They did do a big one.
They did do a big, like, huge everybody together thing, and then they were
Yep.
like, anybody who struggled, anyone who ran out of fuel, 2 jumps in. Anybody see that? Like, did you? I believe it was Jay who at one point posted a screenshot of local, like the second jump in. One of the guys was like, "Yo, anybody got 30K fuel?" And it's like, do you not know
Love it
to
when that
bring
shit
more
happens. That's
than
great.
like? Do you not know how to bring 100K fuel?
Like a Titan has a bay big enough for 1.5 million topes plus heavy water, and I think whatever else you might need on a Titan, plus your fleet hangar, which maybe you filled some modules with subcaps. I'd assume all the Titans are filled with subcaps or their own subcaps, but like our standard fit requires you to have a full fuel hold, so that way you can't, unless you're jumping your Titan all the time, you can't, like, I don't know how you can run out. It's just kind of ridiculous. But it happens. People are not always good at planning.
And
Then, go ahead.
So I was also gonna, they did move all these Titans and Supers, but it also cost them a lot of recons because, they're doing this on a chain of 10 or 11 keep stars. So what's happening was there were goons and other alliances, not just goons, who were just going around picking off the Sinos on the keep stars. I think it was like 59 Sinos were killed or some stupid shit like that.
I know it's about what 300 mil a Sino.
I mean, it's not a huge impact. We gotta think their freaking logistics people are gonna be like, now I gotta buy another few Sinos, you know?
Oh, and then isn't it like what was it? 2 hours before their move op, Test lost like a crabbing super in Esoteria, or something like that.
It was as they started their move up, they lost a crab super.
Yeah, they lost a crab super in Esoteria, and I was laughing my ass off. I'm sorry, Billy, but I had to laugh at that. That was too funny, man. That was hilarious.
It's all right. Like, I'll do the math. If they did lose as many Sinos as estimated, that'd be like 17 billion in Sinos. Which, that's what CCP wanted when they took Sinos away from every ship, right? Huh?
You're not wrong. What I think what CCP's goal was to stop people sitting in an interceptor and lighting a Sino, but I think it's an unintentional consequence that has been brought down with the Sino changes.
When that change happened, I was like, why just recon? Like, there are so many other classes of ship that would have been useful to have Sinos on that you could have used as like a fucking whole tank Brutix as your heavy Sino. Like, it's a cheap ship that most people could fly relatively quickly but can't go through bubbles, and it's strictly there to just like get it on grid and tank instead of this like alpha it real quick and like blow it off the field.
Now, one thing I will clarify here, it wasn't just recon Sinos, I'm also counting the Indy Sinos that were lost, which was another fair few.
Which are cheaper.
Yeah, those are cheaper, but I know there was a fair few, like Billy even said it, there was a fair few of their recons that got killed, which is funny to me, it's just like, okay, you want to take this 11 jumps? Welcome to this, it's not going to be easy. I don't know the exact route myself, but I remember one of our guys, I went to go and, work for a bit, and I come back and I go, are they still moving? He goes, yeah, they haven't even arrived in Marmaha yet. And I'm just like, Jesus, fuck.
To be fair, we've had to do long move ups, but it wasn't to avoid a regional gate. It was to get up to a regional gate. Right there in front, ready to go. Like when we went to KQK, we didn't even have a citadel in the between. We had a fortizar, so we had to jump, and get to KQK, which we had to sit on top of and hope it anchored properly. I remember because I was on that op. And then the next system over was basically right in front of the enemy's keepstar. They were all there.
I remember that. I remember when we got to like 6RCQ when we were up there, and it was just as like we were finishing up the iHub for KQK, and like not even 12 hours later, we had our own CubeStar down and we were all jumping.
I'm sorry, Rec, we don't have any British voices today.
I'm a little
I'm
bit
sorry.
Victoria's the closest.
this.
You're the closest.
The closest what?
The closest to having a UK non-American on the stream.
I'm the closest to you.
No,
From
so
all of us?
yes, so Adamant. Basically, what we're saying is that when we moved through Losec during that move up north, when we were moving through Losec, we had a singular jump within Losec, and we dropped all of our Titans, all of our supers, all of our Vaxes, all of the carriers on that same Fortizar together, mind you. All of them were there. Our entire capital fleet was on that Fortizar. And if we can do that on a Fortizar, Test sure as hell could have saved themselves the Keepstar chain. And just did Fortizars.
They need something to hide in when, eventually we push them back out of our Marmama someday. So they can just go back.
Okay, so a question that got me like 1 hour ago or something. How do you break your eggs before after you scramble them, or before you scramble them? You have them on the stove with a fork.
I do it in a
What do you
bowl
do?
with a fork.
I do it in a bowl with a fork.
How do you break them?
I aim for my my roommate. I just like rebound like right off his face.
Yeah, I said with my forehead. I break it with my forehead and just. And the other answer was I shake them while they are inside of the eggs, so they are still scrambled while they are inside the egg. So when you break it, it's already scrambled egg.
It's not, no. I mean, you can do that, but. Yeah,
I mean,
guess you can do that.
I also break my eggs, but just kind of like cracking them on the edge of the sink, and then along with that, I kind of like use my nail to get through the yolk so that it all just kind of pours into the bowl.
It's so weird. Don't touch that shit. It's gross.
You
So
eat it.
that-
I'm gonna eat it anyway, and my hands are washed before I start
Yeah.
cooking.
One has texture issues with the yolk.
I don't like raw egg at all. It looks gross. So, and it makes me like, I think of salmonella, so I get all like, ugh, when it comes to like touching raw eggs.
Oh yeah,
Like, I have to wash my
salmonella,
hands
job
immediately.
security. Yes.
Exactly. I have to wash my hands right afterwards.
So if you
just-
clean your hands with alcohol because of the COVID thing, you even get better scrambled eggs if you mix your hands with it.
No, here's the better question: do you use hot sauce on your scrambled eggs?
No.
Put
Of
hot
course.
sauce on your scrambled eggs. It's freaking delicious when you put them on there.
I mean afterwards, like once it's done, but not while I'm cooking it.
No,
That's-
not while you're cooking it. No. I mean, like after it's done cooking, and you take it out of the frying pan and you shove it on your plate, and then you put a little hot sauce in it. And you mix it up with the hot sauce.
Yeah. I've
You
got,
really are a junkie, aren't you?
I've got a section
weird.
of my kitchen that's dedicated to nothing but different hot sauces from like all around, like everywhere I've traveled. It's great. My favorite
So-
has got to be the Torchy's Diablo sauce. If you don't know Torchy's,
Ooh.
I'm sorry.
So I'm gonna switch gears back to evil a little bit. So obviously Test just moved into closer range of Delve, but they still kind of stayed like far enough away that like we can't just go pew pew them. So I'm just waiting for the day when they're just gonna drop a Keepstar in like NPC Delve. Like, let's get this shit over with.
They moved 11 jumps to still be 2 super mids away from Delph.
So
Fucking
the thing
babies.
is that we also got to remember they're not, and I don't want to defend the enemy here, but they're not going for Delve yet. Even Asher said
that's
they're
right.
going for Quirios first. They're going if they have any chance of succeeding against Delve, They have to take Northern. They have to take Northern Quirios, and then they got to take fake Quirios. It's the only
Quirios,
way they
That
have
sounds
any
like a new
chance of winning.
Spider-Man character.
You know, it's
Yeah,
just
please.
like it's like what? Who in Rorquals? Oh, Jack. Jack can't say Rorquals. He says rocks or
Yeah.
rokes.
It says Rox.
Roxwalls.
Yeah, but tell me the name of the
It's
region again,
Quirios.
Mifune. One more time.
Quirios.
Yeah.
Like
It's Quirios.
no, it's
One more,
Quirios.
please.
It's Os.
Next
It's
time on
Os
Spider-Man,
then.
Quirios.
I'm gonna
But
gonna
the-
soundbox here or some
This
shit.
is great.
And as everybody
So-
puts their pronunciation in chat, that's amazing. Thank you.
So what's gonna happen is like Tessa's gonna move there and start like bridging fleets into Aquarius. We know that's gonna happen, and so we're gonna have more things to deal with closer to home, which means less jumping for us guys. I'm all about that. So at this
Look,
point, fucking
I-
bring it on.
I have
Um,
not seen a fleet of super carriers from Theta Squad jump on any shitters this entire war, and I can't wait to see it.
So let's like backtrack that a little bit, because Olmeca and his infinite wisdom, along with others. I know it wasn't just him, but you know, like it's fun to meme it. Their infinite wisdom, they decided to take supers from being almost unkillable, which I agree, they probably had too much HP, to pathetic little weenies. We don't drop supers on like anything anymore unless it's a dread or a super or
Dawn.
titan or something that happens to go into delve. Oh,
Dawn,
I'm not
can we-
supposed to tell them that?
Can we
I
say
f-
weenies on chat?
Yeah,
that
it's
okay?
it's a food group. It's a food group.
Okay.
That's fine. So, you know, in Delve for the past like 8 months, we've been or more, we've been mostly relying on subcap fleets, which is what everybody wanted to happen. They wanted to remove the super fleet umbrella and stuff like that. So they wanted more subcap engagements. They just didn't plan on the fact that I could ping and get 100 harpies in 2 minutes. Don't bring Docs down, Mifune, by the way.
Oh, is he here? Oh, fine.
Yeah, he's here. So, you know, they went from whining about why are they dropping 10 supers on us? We're just a little gang of, you know, hurricanes, to why are they dropping 100 harpies on us? We're just a little gang of bombers. And it's like, I'm sorry, like, what do you want us to do? You want me to bring less numbers when you're trying to kill my Rorqual? I don't know. So
They expect to
But,
win, right? They expect us to just like they bring 10 people, they expect us to bring 4.
yeah, not 400.
Don't come to someone's doorstep, take a shit on their doorstep, and accept for them to be all happy about it. No, if you come to Delve, Delve is meant to be fun for us. What that means for us is what we fucking decide. Welcome
Hey,
to Delve. It'll be
I
fun.
was really happy the last time I was dropped. Like, please drop me again. That was some fun shit watching you guys light up like fireworks. Fucking great.
Like all those horde guys who were getting really pissy about us dropping dreads on your Ferox fleet the other day. You came to our home, shit on our doorstep. What are we gonna do? We're gonna show you the door in the fastest way possible, in the most fun way for our guys possible.
Just
Remem-
don't kick any puppies. Like,
Yeah, you start
remember,
kicking
Oh
puppies,
yeah. You
it's
kick
done.
you
Eyes
kick the
on.
Fucking
puppy,
over.
it's John Wick. It's John Wick time if you kick the puppy, man. I
yeah,
swear.
that entire series was about the fact that somebody kicked a puppy. Like, fuck you for kicking a puppy. Oh my god. Sorry, I probably shouldn't have said that.
Yeah, so like right now is kind of the fun song and dance watching where tests are going to move, what they're going to do, where horde's moving. Everyone's kind of like, it's like a chessboard. Everyone's moving in a position for the next phase. But we don't have to go anywhere, which is the best part. All we have to do is kind of like fortify the walls and kind of keep the riff-raff out from poking any holes in before we're ready to have them.
Stock up on fireworks, hookers, and what is that? Crates of spirits.
Yes.
What I'm curious about is when they finally go for a Keepstar and Dell, because at some point, so what my guess is they're going to remove the Tomb Fountain first, and then they're going to go for the Aquarius ones because they're going to be the least defended comparatively. They're further out. You know, when are they going to hit one in Delve, and are they going to just drop supers and that's going to be our first super fight? Or is it going to be them pussyfooting around again with ravens and rogues and carry? If they put any capitals on the grid, they will get dread bombed. But then again, I'm not a master strategist, so I could be completely off.
I feel like we're almost at the point of the fight where they're just kind of prodding to see what the weakness is.
I agree with that. I agree. Test is poking the waters to see, where we could go here, 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 and we got to pick whichever one they're not gonna defend against. But they'll defend against all of them. Wait a minute. And that's when they'll regret that decision. They'll try and burn Quirios. They might get through it. They may not. Who knows? But I'm gonna take inspiration from what Mike said earlier. What they're gonna do is they're gonna come to the doorstep. They're gonna put a dog. They're gonna put a brown paper bag full of doggy poo, and they're gonna light it on fire with their little Zippo lighter, and that's like the GOP keep star. And they're just gonna like light it on fire a little bit, and then they're gonna leave, and they're gonna ding dong ditch the house.
And we'll be there every step of the way until someone says I can't.
Yeah. So anyway,
And then-
fun little trope tangent, I guess I want to go on. Yesterday was National Puppy Day, and my dog proceeded to fall in love, I guess, with the exterminator that came to the house today, and kept biting on the little stick where all the pesticides come out. And we're like, no.
God.
Like, that is not a
Your
stick
dog is
for
trying
you
to kill
to...
itself.
That's not okay.
Like, you're not supposed to bite that. What are you doing?
Why was the dog even around when like that shit was going
Well,
on?
because technically the stuff that he was using, cause like he sprayed the inside of the house and whatnot, and like the stuff he was using isn't like deadly to dogs, and it's like a very controlled spray. So like my dog wasn't like biting it at the point where the liquid was like coming out, but like my dog was like biting the side of it, thinking it was like a stick. It was hilarious.
Well,
Well, yeah.
I'm going to recommend with my zoology background here to not let your dog do that.
Yes, do not let your dog drink strange liquids that come from an exterminator. It is not something.
Doing here is worry because it was safe, but he could have died. LOL. Like it's pick one.
Very true.
Well, so then, like, the other thing that's been going on, like, later this week that the other shows have not had an opportunity to cover, probably wouldn't. There's been, like, this Reddit drama, which is hilarious. But really the biggest thing I want to focus on is Asher put out a really nice post yesterday or earlier today about, kind of like his experience with Goon Swarm culture from what it was when he first started back in, like, the early 2000s to what it is today, and how things have evolved, and we're kind of growing and trying to learn, and we're not the goons of old. There are goons of old around, like Syndic and Mittens and Gennel and Kumi and Tib and all of them, but the goon swarm of today is very culturally different because there's more of us, I guess, or we have the cultural revolution, so like we're not as like edgy as before. And Asher's post was really nice, and some of it like I just like wanted to like verify that yes, I can attest to that we do like to fight outnumbered, at least in Asher's group all the time. Those are some of my best fights, and Mike, I think you were there for most of them up in like Roar.
Oh yeah. Me and my fucking retribution, GOGG couldn't kill the whole Loki fleet.
Or fighting like 3 fleets versus ours on a Athnor right out of GOTG staging Keepstar. Lady Scarlet's on one side, Elo's on another fleet actually, and there was like 1 or 2 others, and we're just having a blast. Repping and Ishtars and it was crazy. And
Those are the best fights,
like,
always.
They honestly are, especially when we have an FC you can trust that is going to do a pretty good job. He expects a lot from you, but that he's going to do his part, so you just have to worry about the for me repping and making sure people live, and other people it's pew-pewing, and so it's like really, really good.
So what has been your guys' favorite fleet so far throughout the whole war? If you had to tell a story of your favorite fleet so far since the war started, what do you think it would be?
Baltex the other night, where I literally
Baltic!
yeah. So the other night we actually this is
Which Baltic leader?
not last night. The ZXB fleet, the one with the ANIs, where ASP brought his ANI fleet and his ZXB with afterburners.
Dumbest choice I've ever seen. I was
my
like,
God. So
alright.
I will be straight here. I was calling targets there. I could not call targets fast enough for our guys to kill them.
I noticed. We were all like, oh.
Like I was
Hello?
yeah, I literally like I was calling them as fast as humanly possible. It's like holy fucking shit. Like, am I allowed to say that, Mifune?
What?
Did Twitch go? Am I allowed to swear on Twitch?
Moderately,
Yeah.
moderately.
Okay.
No racial epithets are directed
yeah,
at anybody's
Okay,
particularly.
cool. But like it was just hilarious. We just were wrecking that fleet, and I was laughing my ass off the whole time. It was just amazing. It just was like holy shit. Like I don't get why they did it. I mean, they did it again the next night. I know they gave me shit for being. Also, I'm gonna comment on what Jack said in Twitch chat. Yeah, I know they were giving me shit for being slow, but I was doing it as fast as like the game would let me. But and then they did the next night with those freaking Feroxes, which I really don't get. Like, but then Horde bitches about us dropping a pod red fleet on them. It's like you come to our doorstep, you shit on it, you get killed.
So I still think one of my favorite fleets was a fleet I did right at the beginning of the war. To be honest with you, and maybe it's just because I haven't been on an actual like fleet without getting myself like blasted over the past month, because of all the INN stuff that I've been doing. But the one of my favorite fleets probably is a bomber fleet that I had to do. I think it was either Kosicek or somebody that asked me to do this, and basically what we had to do was we had to distract test in G Magic as much as we could, pretty much. And what I ended up doing was I jumped my bombers through the G Magic gate, and it was bubble fucked. I'm sorry, I'm having a hard time. This is not the story of me getting screened at in Global, no. So the G Magic gate was bubble fucked, and they had Cloaky Lokis sitting like 100 off the gate, sniping. So I'm like telling my bombers, all right, you're going to burn out, you're going to cloak up, all this other stuff. I lose like half my fleet. It's like 22 bombers, and I'm reduced to like 11. So I pat them, I tell them to go home if you got potted. If not, stick around. We're still going to try and screw a test.
Or like
No, this is the beginning of the war. And it was hilarious because we ended up going for targets of opportunity, and we killed like a bait vexer, we killed a Loki. Their bait ship killed itself, getting smart bombed. It was a great fleet. It was hilarious. It was like 3 hours long, 11 people in a tiny bomber fleet, and we killed like over 3 billion worth of picky shit.
So I sent you a message. Check that. And then
Yes.
My favorite fleets have been. I love Baltic fleets because I love being a Guardian. I love being an AB Guardian, and I get to just slow boat around and lazily rep people. And it's just fun to watch the dismay as they try to kill the Megatron and they can't. Or the Balgorin and they can't. And Theta's always recruiting, by the way. And it's just so satisfying to see the enemy just like you can tell when they start like disengaging because they can't kill anything. Or they like can't kill anything, so they start focusing Logi. And we just like start wrecking them, like holding them off even more because we refuse to let you kill Logi if we can help it. Like last night's fleet was just like that. It was great.
Literally, they focused fire on our Logi, and our Logi Guardians were holding. We lost 5 Logi and 1 Balagord, and they completely fed into us. It was the most. It was just. Oh. It was like, wow, you really just. Like, I did not expect them to warp at 0 on us. I really didn't. And they warped at 0 on us. Holy shit.
Sorry, but for me the best fleets are the chemo fleets.
Oh, well,
Chemo
yeah,
fleets
yeah.
are-
But
Yeah,
like,
like,
not
yeah.
everybody gets to be on them.
Like one of my favorite fleets of this war so far. I mean, I don't want to pump up Declorian's ego here or anything, but the first fleet of the war that I actually went on
Oh,
in
yeah,
Tos's fleet, the first one
that's
that
something.
was definitely something. Because we had that firework party on the Keepstar, and I'd still got Mind One playing in the background, and we went out, and Declorian's there talking about how much test and like screaming for help while we were in Tosasin or whatever the hell they were doing, and it was
Yeah,
fun.
that was really fun. Like we managed to keep that really entertaining. Really, really entertaining. Everyone was screaming everywhere, and it was just a laugh to everyone.
You know, I feel like our enemy can't say that because, like, if you notice, we all had like slightly different fleets that we were interested in, or there's at least some variety. I feel like their only fleets are what retributions and Munins. What else do they bring? Oh, I
Who
guess
what?
I guess Ravens now, but
We have so many fucking doctrines. It's crazy.
We do. I mean, and a lot of them rehash like some ships, like
Oh yeah, bringing it back, man. Like
like
stuff
with
that
bombers, like with
dusting off stuff
Sukhamov
we've never
fleet.
even used.
It's a good doctrine.
I know Asher really wants Ishtars, and I would be happy with that too.
But it's gonna fleet warp everyone while you're in like a middle of a fight, and there go your drones.
Reconnect,
Yeah.
man. You got a good side in drone bay. You'll be all right.
If you think that's the biggest problem that they have during that fight, you're so sadly mistaken. Because
In it that they see we pingish stars, you know that they're gonna ping for at least like a couple ships to smart bomb once you fleet warp out. So you fleet warp off grid to like the sun or whatever, and they warp in like 2 or 3 smart bomb in praxis, burn around grid and whatever, and smart bomb all your drones off. You land back to reconnect, and oh look, they've all been smart bombed.
Jokes on them. I make drones. Yeah, go ahead. Destroy the drones so I can make more.
Then again, I feel like what Asher will probably do is make everyone carry a mobile depot and like 700 drones in their cargo.
yeah, that's pretty much 100% what happens all the time. Like when we fit up our ships, they're Asher fit because there's absolutely no cargo room. He brings anything and everything you can think of.
Oh my god,
So we're prepared.
the standard sack fit, man. I cannot. It is so tight on the fitting. I swear to God. I always have to buy some kind of implant or buy some metaphor module because my skills aren't freaking good enough. Because
That's
Asher,
telling me
Sack-
get good, man. Get
Sack
good, man.
fits, man. Like fucking bomber fleets. People are always asking, well, I need more bombs. I need more bombs. Well, that's not even what I'm worried about. I'm worried about like, okay, so we're trying to extract, get the hell out of there, right? And they're like, oh yeah, they've got all of the gates covered and they're smart bombing everything. And I'm like, oh shit. So I have to refit out to probes to probe us through a freaking wormhole tunnel to get us all the way back. And so that's what I'm worried about now, and that takes up a ridiculous amount of space. But it is kind of
Speaking
fun.
of smart bombs, I'm sure y'all saw because I got to hear when this happened. It was hilarious. Is there's a retribution, not sorry, a redeemer gang that like to try and catch fleets when they're like
Oh my god.
dropping on when they're coming home or leaving. They'll go
The-
for like the harpies or something, and
The
they've gotten
video
a
is
couple
great.
times. Yeah, they've gotten people a couple times, and this last time, they should have known, which is funny, but their hubris got to them. They got jebaited by John Hartley, and he absolutely decimated half their fleet. The rest of them had to run away.
If you
I
haven't
think they
seen
got
the
like
video,
4.
yeah, if you haven't seen the video, it's on John Hartley's YouTube. It's glorious.
Just strange mix of people too. Like, they've just pulled people from everywhere. I think I remember
It's the B
seeing
team.
Pax
It's
and Squishy on there too.
they're all part of a group called the B team. It's all a bunch of fucking streamers and elite PvPers is what it is.
Right,
How
that
original.
explains. I was looking at Zeke and I was like, really? Are these people all like doing this stuff together? So if they've got like some little crappy team going, that explains it.
When they got Dave Archer's fleet, when he got killed the first time. So I was in a Tengu just dicking around. I got in a fucking hyperspat Tengu and got one of them. And I love fucking Tengus. I love Tengus. Like, give me a Tengu doctrine, please. Thank you.
See,
Hazitude wants to know about all of our pets.
Greg obviously wants to know about a load of random. What's he
I love
actually at?
Greg, but I love Greg, but I ignore like half of his questions because they're always weird.
The thing, like, we know that when we see that in chat, that it's not someone asking dead serious questions. It's just Greg being Greg. So a
I love
lot
you,
of the
Greg.
time, like,
No, that video is hilarious, and I know that that kind of stuff brings joy to John's life, and that's why he plays is that kind of stuff. So it's always good when he gets to have those fun moments.
I keep
That
telling
and
John,
screaming at
and
me.
I'm gonna tell him every time I see him, he's got to start naming his cows after various goons. And I'm telling him that.
Oh yeah.
So he can yell at him.
So he can
Okay.
yell at him all day. Like he's got to start like a thing on the forums that's like, you know, pay me 300 million and I'll name one of my cows after you or something. And he'll like take
Well,
like
that
a
was
little
Greg's
wooden
idea.
sign. It was Greg's idea, was it? Yeah, I think it was Greg's idea.
Okay, so credit.
Mifune, why are you eating that? Put that down.
No,
Oh,
the
man.
real question is when he asks, like, Mifune, can I milk you?
No, that is not a question that John will be asking.
Oh boy.
If he names his cow that, it will be a question he'll be asking.
Look.
Did your mom just walk in?
Yes, she came back from the pool and she wanted to say hello.
Hi, Mom.
Uh-huh. Laugh it
Hello,
up.
Mifune's mom. No, I love it,
great.
Mifune, don't worry. I love your mom.
Though, Mifune, we're gonna have to get more background footage because
Yes,
we've been
a
doing a
tour
lot
of
more
my-
geek camps, so we need to like
Oh
spice
yeah,
it up.
we need to spice it up.
Did
In the
you-
3 dreads and a
Did
carrier.
you tune your damn guitar yet?
Yes, it's tuned. Damn it, y'all happy? It's fucking tuned.
Yes, I'm happy now. Jesus, how long did it take you? Like 2-3 weeks?
Look, I had to get a new tuner. Damn it.
I told you about that app. You could have just used
Yes,
the app.
I know. I
and then use the
hate
tuner
apps.
whenever it came
I
in.
hate apps. I'm telling you, I hate apps for my instruments.
Okay, so do you hate the app because you're not going to be used to doing it manually, or do you hate the app because the app's bad?
No, I hate the app because the apps aren't as accurate as the vibration ones. The vibration ones are like literally on point. If I play a C on that guitar and it tells me it's a C, it's literally a perfect freaking C. You know,
Yeah,
the
like
app's
the
generally there, but it's usually off by like a half step a couple times.
What do you mean by the vibration ones?
Talking about vibrations and
The
C's and
ones,
what
the one I don't have it on my desk. It's not on my desk right now, but it's one that
Sure.
it attaches.
He's gonna tune his G string.
It attaches to the base of the guitar and it takes the vibrations of the wood.
That sounds like okay.
It's how like professionals tune it as well too. They prefer using the vibration ones.
I'm sure a lot of professionals don't need crap like that. But
I mean, very true. I mean,
listen-
most of them have perfect pitch 90% of the time. It's like I think it's like 40% of all pop stars have perfect pitch.
I'll admit I'm pretty lazy. I plug my guitar into my computer, and I tune it off of a Rocksmith, and it works for me just fine.
I've just got some, like, I think it was an app by Fender or something, but it just listens to the notes with your mic on your phone, and then you just like tune it until it's right.
I mean,
That's
yeah,
what it is.
it's there, but they're
Yeah, but it's
usually
not
off.
usually.
They're
like,
off
right.
by a little bit. Like if you're, like I said, if you have like perfect
Okay,
pitch or
it's not-
something, it's not
Not
there.
off by enough that I actually care.
Yeah, well,
By
Mifune's
your standards, I'm sorry that I'm a
orchestra
musician. I like it to be good.
You
You
have
get
to learn how to
something
play Little
what?
Bees now.
I could play
So-
Hey Jude, but Little B's might take time.
So did anyone see the picture where like the guy was saying he posted a picture of the faction forts in 1DQ, and he's like, if you look at this, like, see what I see, and it was like a pentagram star or something like that. Like, I don't know if he moved the things around in the picture to make it sit like that, but he's like, it's the gates of hell for 1DQ. It's like, I didn't think we had that plan.
It would
He's
surprise me.
not wrong. He's really not wrong.
Here's
Okay,
the
but I
thing, if you get like 4 citadels in a perfect square and put one right in the middle, you can angle the camera to a point at which it looks like a pentagram. So it doesn't matter how they're positioned, it's probably just got some weird off-screen shot. Also, Syndic's in one of the channels if you want to drag him in.
oh, is he? Oh, he's finally.
You can bring him down. Syndic, he may not be there, but
Hello.
I'm digging
Hello.
those glasses, Syndic. That's it's fucking awesome.
What glass? Oh, my
on your
aviators.
character.
Yeah.
Why am I'm like the only character that doesn't have sunglasses?
Look,
Do you
Well, you
guys
got
not have
those.
that problem?
You got those eye tattoos going on. I mean, that's
There
still
are
pretty
fiber
cool.
implants that I got for free like 8 months ago and put them on and just never took them off because it was fun.
I'm not gonna lie. My evil mind character, I never put any like time into actually like making the character's appearance what I want. Cynic Thrass looks like pretty fucking ballin'.
You look like you're in flight school, ready to be an
Yeah.
ace pilot.
Yeah. You want to hear me do the entire closing scene from Top Gun?
No, because I
Oh
think
yes.
that's copyrighted.
Do it now.
that's
Gentlemen,
copyrighted.
this is Bullseye.
Uh-uh.
Communication
No,
between
this is
President Biden
copyrighted.
has become disabled and has wandered into foreign territory. There are MiGs in the area and tensions are high. If you witness a hostile act, you will return fire. Those MiGs carry the Exocet anti-ship missile. They can fire that missile from 100 miles away. Gentlemen, this is the real thing. This is what you have been trained for.
God.
You are America's best. Make us proud. Ice, yes sir. Hollywood, yes sir. Sector 2. Maverick, you back him up with Merlin on Ready 5. What's up?
Such a nerd.
Jeez.
That
It
was-
looks so disappointed.
great.
right now.
Go watch,
I
go watch,
am
go watch the YouTube
severely-
video. Check if I missed a single fucking word.
Is that you, John Wayne, or is this me?
Let's kick the tires and light the fires, Big Daddy.
we need
Are
to
we just
stop
gonna start
before we
pulling out
get.
random like movie quotes?
Yeah.
What's that? We actually had that. I keep telling Dawn we need to play one of the many like theater games I had in acting class, because we would play like a
Wait,
warm up
you
game
gotta
every day.
act- You gotta act in class.
Yeah, it's a theater class. It was a high school course I took because I was in like all the musicals and whatnot, and I had to take the theater course to be in them.
Did you dance?
Yes, I danced, and no, I will not be showing a video, and nor will I dance
God.
because I am awful at dancing. But one of the games we actually had to play was you had to have a full-blown conversation with speaking nothing but movie quotes. Like you had to have an entire coherent conversation, but you had to quote movies.
See,
That was
I
hard.
did
All
something.
right, so I'm gonna go ahead and take Django Unchained. I'm gonna
No.
take that one with Clint Eastwood where he's racist against Vietnamese people. Gran
So
Torino.
how about
I'm
now?
gonna take,
Gran Torino was a good movie.
it was a very good movie.
I did not expect. I mean, I expected the ending, but I was like, "Oh, that's so sweet." And then
Oh,
he got
yeah.
really made the mule, and that was a weird movie. My
So
grandma was
I
like,
never watched the mule. How many times did he say the S word?
Not too much, but he did get with the Mexican
Not-
drug lord.
Not too much, which for Clint Eastwood means like 17, give or take.
I don't know, but he got with the Mexican drug lord, and then like there was a really weird scene with some young chicks and him, and and then the ending like was not as like dramatic as I was kind of hoping it. There were some good things about the movie, but there were a lot of things that just were like, ugh. So back to Eve a little bit. We are expecting them to probably hit the Y2 Keep Star tonight or tomorrow, I guess, so it can open up on the weekend. Do you think we're gonna contest them at all if they drop Titans? Or are we just gonna? Or do you think they're even gonna use Titans again?
100%
I don't
use
know.
Titan.
We could invite Billy onto the stream and find out, and then
No.
No.
While
So
which
while we're
Keemstar
at it, we should ask him.
starts
God
first?
damn it,
wait,
guys!
which keeps starting one
Ask
DQ.
him in chat.
So I do.
Early.
My big thing is the contestation. I guess you could say
That is not.
that is not a word at all. I'm sorry. So are we going to contest on the Keepstar itself, or are we going to contest on the gate, the regional gate that they have to jump those 1,000 Titans through?
Well, they're not gonna
They're
go
not
through
gonna
that
take
gate.
him through a regional. No, if they were gonna take him through a regional gate, they would have done it in 49. They're
You're
going.
not
What they're
wrong.
gonna do is they're gonna
What-
jump
what-
into some
what-
specific north areas. Like they're not gonna take a regional gate. If Billy takes a regional gate, I will be very confused and pleasantly surprised.
Will you eat your shoe?
I'm not eating my fucking shit. Fuck.
That would be.
He's underage.
Probably
We can't
gonna-
gamble it.
This is probably going to sound like it's
I said
really off
eat.
topic.
I said eat his shoe, not suck my dick.
No, I'm saying
Actually,
we can't be
quite
before
on topic. So, I had a dream last night, or rather a couple of hours ago, because I recently woke up. And this dream was really weird, but I remember that, like, some guy on, I don't know, some dream version of Craigslist or whatever, was handing out free jump fuel. And I went to pick up some jump fuel, and then all of a sudden, like, bombs that looked like mini little nukes started raining from the sky, but then not a single one of them exploded. It's kind of like this war.
fucking weird.
And your sex life. Boom.
Fucking Cindy.
Come on, that was a good one.
It kind of was, actually, yeah. That's pretty fucking good. I gotta give you that.
No, they're not gonna come down from Fountain. Like Horde will bring fleets down from Fountain, but they just keep like feeding, and I absolutely love just mulching them. But
Oh my god, I do gotta ask Cord. I gotta ask Cord this question. I'm gonna throw this out
where
there.
the fuck is the chat button? Oh, there we go. I got it.
I gotta ask Cord, what is with all the cormorants? Like, I get it that you have your own little, like, skirmish commander program, just like we do, and you let them take out small fleets. But seriously, you're wasting your alliance money on all these freaking cormorants, especially the 35 million ISK
don't
ones.
tell them that.
You know how much?
But I gotta ask.
The idea is,
What, 35 mil? Yeah.
Follow up question: do you genuinely have an extra chromosome?
Yes.
it's supposed to be a cheap version of jackdaws. Like, you know how we use jackdaws to
No,
run around
yeah,
and
but,
snipe
like,
shit and hope
still,
don't get caught? That's
they
what
just whelp
cormorants
'em.
are.
They just,
Well,
it's just
that's not
whelp
that's not
galore.
cormorants' fault. That's just because they're bad.
Like it's a war. Bring something better than
It's-
cormorants. Like I can understand if you like roam with a 100-man jackdaw fleet into Delve for content. I can see that happening. But just 100, I'm sick and tired of seeing, oh my god, Horde is back with 200 corms. Let's go kill them. I'm like, yay, free kill mails, but come on, do better than that.
My favorite part is we won't let them in Delve now.
So, well,
Just
here's the
sit
thing.
there. We're like, nope.
The reason that they're having to use cormorants is because instead of paying they have to pay 35 mil a cormorant. But how much do you think they're paying for jackdaws if they're paying 35 mil per cormorant? You got to really think about that, man.
I mean, they're apparently richer than us, aren't they? According to like the entirety of Eve, goons are poorer than the rest of the universe.
You two have like just don't have any concept of money on an alliance level or like a coalition level.
No, I don't, which is why we have this show.
It's
Yeah,
only-
they're cost effective on the annoyance. Well,
Right.
if your goal is to
Hold up.
annoy the
We
shit
have-
out of me.
We have this show to teach you about Eve economics.
Wait, hold
What?
up. No,
So let
That's
me
not
give
the
everyone a little lesson on something called
No,
opportunity cost.
Oh, God.
opportunity of them catching something good. Yeah, we know that. No, but the thing is Horde's member base aren't getting full SRP on every ship. They just get it. They get it over time with their gobloon.
They're gabloons.
Yeah, so they're not getting full SRP in everyone. So it's hurting the individual member of Horde more than it is any of their alliance leadership. While their alliance leadership is just hoarding the taxes they make.
Take a breath, Mike.
You know,
A
that actually
gabloon?
makes
Is that like
sense.
a doubloon, but not
Yeah,
quite as
so-
like.
No, so
So
Horde's
how Horde
SRP
does it-
program is hilarious.
So how Horde does it, from what I've been told, is that every time they die, they submit their kill mill, and they get it tallied up, and they get a gabloon at 100 mil kills or like deaths, and they
Wait,
can
so
turn
you
that
actually
in.
are you
not
actually
until
are
they reach
saying
100 mil kills.
doubloon. You're saying
Gabloons.
but with a
Gabloons,
G.
that's what they call it. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what they
call it
call it,
gabloon.
gabloons. Because after their leader or whatever. Gobbins, yeah.
So like Matani bucks, we have, even though we don't use that, they have gabloons, and they can't turn them in until they reach 100 mil, like increments from what I heard.
Huh?
So it makes sense that they're words. I'm sorry. So it makes sense that they're dive bombing and whelping, because like, let's say you're at like 75 mil of deaths, and you're like, I'm not a very, very, rich little bean buddy over here,
So
and I really need to get that SRP. So you whelp a fleet to push over that 100 mil mark, and now you can get your gabloon if they have money.
101 mil, and you're gonna go whelp another 99 mil, so you go whelp another fleet.
Exactly. So it makes sense why they're feeding into us, to just game the system that they work with. I'd do it.
That's a
But
pretty,
I don't have to.
That's a pretty preposterous theory, but we'll let it ride.
Why is it preposterous?
I mean,
It's just fucking ridiculous. Yeah, like, I mean, what you just said is ridiculous. I don't know how to explain this to
a
you.
long time.
Oh my fucking Christ. I literally checked 3 times and still forgot to put my goddamn bridge on.
Yeah, but like, you gotta get what I mean. But like, so their members are not getting as much SRP as say our guys are. I mean, like, literally our Guardian pilots, at least in Karma Fleet and Goonwaff, make money off of flying Guardian.
I don't even want to
You
talk
know?
about Karma Fleet. Y'all making some serious cash over there. Double SRP. What the fuck? That's
Wait,
awesome.
y'all, wait, they're getting double SRP?
They're getting double SRP. That's
Wait,
so
where's
awesome.
White Knight?
So
Dawn, get White Knight. Because I swear to God.
Mifune, you're in the cold wallet. You're not getting fucking double SRP.
Not only do we
Shut
have
up,
double
newbie.
SRP, but we are the super capital backbone of Goon Fleet Waff Swarm Federation.
I don't know
Wait,
about that.
join-
Thunder
join-
Waff has
join name up-
has a
join name
coin
up
on that
today.
one.
Don, did you just call me newbie? Like total newbie?
No, newbies in chat, like, making fun of us like he does, which is fine.
Well,
You
of
can
course
come and hang out, newbie.
he should always make fun of us. That's his job.
It's how we
Wait,
roll.
where's his Hodred?
Where is him?
He's in chat.
He's got to bring
Aw.
his Hodred. If he's gonna come on the show, he's got to bring the Hodred.
No, Totono, come talk to me. These guys are a bunch of retards. See that? How do you shower, Don? Top to
We've
bottom or
already
bottom to top?
talked about this.
Exactly. That's why I know that you're a bunch of retards, because everyone showers the wrong way.
Just
Oh
the
my God.
Top
square
to bottom.
ninjas.
Top to bottom. Okay. Any other way, that's just no infections
How do-
and
And how do you measure the water if you go from head to toes? Like you
I put
just
my-
go with
I put my
Here's-
arm
here's-
in
no,
and
no,
wait
no,
till it's
here's a-
hot.
Here's a real question. When you take a whore's bath, what do you hit first?
oh,
What?
he's
A
talking
whore's
about just
bath.
hitting the hot spots. If you're like,
Yeah,
are you talking
you
about
get-
like camping or you're tailgating
Yeah,
at
you
like a
got
concert or something?
Yeah, you just got like a sink and a washcloth. You just gotta hit the pits and pussy.
Oh boy.
My goal is to get my hair done.
I got my hair done today. I got a
Get my
haircut
hair-
today.
By the way, the correct answer is everything and then your genitalia.
No, you still go top to bottom. I'm sorry. And fuck mosquitoes whenever you're out there and you're camping and you're trying to take a shower It's like they know, man.
No,
They just
but
freaking know.
top to bottom did not. Top to bottom, never mind.
It works.
Dorian, look,
Said the
you've
same
got
fucking thing.
The water flows down.
Yeah. I just top to bottom like
You know-
everybody else.
You know what else flows down? These nuts on your face.
Uh,
Only
Syndic,
here.
Jesus.
what are we gonna do with you? Why do we need Mike? This is Eve. Nobody here needs Jesus. We don't need your Jehovah's Witness spreading
no,
the good
it-
news.
Why don't you go knock on? Why don't you go knock on doors if you're trying to sell the fucking good word?
Mifune, didn't you just get a haircut?
Yes, I did. I got a haircut today. About 4 hours ago, ish.
What did they cut? I mean, it's still pretty long, man.
Yeah, the front I
Oh,
kept
wait,
long.
no one
They
cut.
they really cleaned up the sides and the back.
Did they trim that beard of yours?
No, they did not.
Beard. I have a
He
cat.
claims he has a
Like,
beard.
we could put some milk on your face. He'll
The
lick it
tiny.
off. You know.
After
Freaking
I
peach
after I
fuzz.
after I drip my nuts down your face, I'll put some milk on it.
Oh
Oh
boy.
my
Look, newbie, my eyes squint whether I smile or I don't smile. You just get used to it.
Yeah, you look like you smoke as much weed as I do. Jesus.
we can't afford it.
Helps with the appetite.
It does help with the appetite.
I don't know about you, but whenever I've smoked it, I always got less hungry.
No,
Well,
see,
you-
it's less
you are
hungry at first, and then it's more hungry later.
You are like absolutely not a single other fucking person on this planet. Then
I'm gonna ask, who do you guys want to talk to the most on here? Enemy or ally?
I want
Who's
to.
like the whale you want to get on the show?
ish, bro,
Yes.
Seth.
I want to see Boat, and I
Edge.
want to see Mittens. Boat and Mittens would be hilarious.
Boat is a level of like energy I don't know if I could deal with, man. Like I'm gonna have to have like 3 monsters and some cocaine to have actually keep up with that guy.
Boat's not coming on this show. He'll never get a fucking word in. As much as like, Boat's a great guy, but
Oh,
he
you wanna-
won't.
Yeah,
shut
his
up.
energy level is just really high.
Dude, you want to see something go off the fucking rails? Put me and Boat in the same chat channel.
Oh God.
God.
Oh God, no! Look, we're
Well,
looking to
it's-
have fun, not
so-
nuclear destruction.
So,
Disarm the nuke.
So that's your reaction, and like you don't like you haven't even seen it yet. This is like years and years of just endless spurg. I
Do
love
we
Boat.
not
I
even
just
know?
don't play Eve. I don't play Eve with Boat. I have like a no Eve with Boat policy, but I absolutely love playing like any other game with Boat.
So people are
I
saying
want to get John
Nicosis.
on.
I would love to see Nicosis come on the show, except the show
So
is not in his time zone, and Nicosis is busy with real life job things.
well, you weren't here earlier today.
Here
I
I-
was able to negotiate that he might come next week
Ooh.
if he plans for it. Unless they tell us we can't have any more shows, we'll find out, right?
Yeah, we will find out.
But so Nicosis might come next week. But you know, if there's anybody out there that wants to come on, that's cool.
Yes,
More than happy to have
please,
him on.
please come. Let us know ahead of time, because there are some people that we have to talk to make sure things are okay. That we have particular people on and off the
Who
show.
it is.
Exactly, it depends on who it is. So
What Mifune is trying to say is he has absolutely no autonomy nor any balls.
difference, but okay.
He has bosses.
I have bosses, and said bosses want reports.
You have space bosses.
We do.
Yes. So do you.
But
Not to
we're
be
in and out.
confused with Spaceballs.
Oh my God.
Look,
Ludicrous speed, go!
Ah!
it's the Schwartz.
Well, we're at a past an hour, almost an hour and 10. And there hasn't been a ton in Eve this week. So I'm okay with calling it now. you want
That's
to.
because Eve
but-
is a shitty fucking game.
I
I'm
do.
just here.
Well, let's see what
to,
talk about
uh,
Echoes.
I want to ask
Oh,
one concept before we closing topic,
One
right? What if
One
So
what?
you want to ask a concept?
what what if CCP introduced a item that you would shove on something like a Noctis, and instead of being a tractor beam, it would push things forward. So you could like push wrecks and bodies and things in front of you.
We've already talked about this, like an actual offensive tractor beam.
Yeah,
we
Like
talked
push
about
people
how-
off a tether.
like you could
Yeah,
push people
exactly.
off a tether, or like a whole fleet could move a citadel, or
So this one
Oh,
time,
people
like
call
I
it
used to
not-
troll. Sorry. I used to troll the shit out of this puppy fuck named Clay Hikari, and one day I just decided I wanted to make him mad, as I did quite often. And I put 2 Rorquals, 100k on either side of his belt, and he was jet can mining, and I literally just like boomeranged all of his jet cans just 200k between my Rorquals with capital tractor beams for like 2.5 hours.
I could see you doing that.
It was pretty. It was pretty funny, to be honest.
It's always
Fun is when you
funny
get like a bunch of
dropping-
MTUs out.
Oh yeah, they're all fighting, and you just see things like traveling in a circle around the grid.
Yeah.
That ruins it.
No, if
No,
you
we
have
were-
a capital tractor beam, you can steal it from an MTU though. Like if an MTU is bringing it in and you get it with a capital tractor beam, it'll come towards you instead of the MTU, which is what I was doing. So
I don't know.
So I'd pull it 100k away, and then I would literally cycle through like all 8 cans that he had. It was, I mean, it was super petty in the funniest way.
Had this guy that would warp his Rorquals directly on top of me, and this guy would do like 6 at a time to try to get me out of the belt. And one day I just got tired of it, and I saw that he was warping me at 0. So I was like, okay, cool. I see that you've got your little blob above me. I'll wait. Waited till they were in warp and they were about to exit warp. Like they're just slowing down. Their silhouettes are on top of me, and I sieged. Fucking knocked them. I don't know how fucking far away. It was great.
Well,
It's like a
'cause then
fucking
at
starburst.
At first, I was sitting there and I was like, "This sounds like something I would do." Shit, is he
Yeah.
talking about me?
Could be
It
warped.
was great.
Could be warped 6 Titans onto my sieged up Rorqual, and I watched all of them bounce at 200k away. It's great. Yeah, little known fact: Rorquals are fatter than Titans. Let's see.
Siege? Yeah, it's
They
siege
got a
anything.
big ass.
Like,
I never
read
seen
the
that
fu-
before. and He was
read the
trying.
fucking read the attributes on Siege. It's bananas how
But,
much
like-
mass it adds. Or
Yeah,
nerf
like he was
or
trying
whatever
to push
it's
me
at.
around. And one time, Genel took his Titan and GTFO'd. He was trying to GTFO me, and I was like one of my characters was in a barge and up in there next to a Rorqual. And he GTFOs, and we didn't know this at the time, but it took me and all the excavators around me as well. 1 AU just out in the middle of fucking nowhere. So I've got like 20 bill worth of excavators around me. And Genel's like freaking out because now, like, if they die, it's his fault. We had a fun trying to get him back, but if you want to troll somebody, that's an easy way to do it.
no. So
We-
during the capital move op at the start of this war, when we were moving our supers and stuff to staging, I remember we had to jump.
Did you get stuck in Rakapass?
No. So we had to go through a gate at one point. We were gating it. So I can't remember where, but we were gating somewhere. And my super gets onto the gate and gets bounced off 100 kilometers by a Titan, right? So my super is like 100 kilometers off, and I'm like, oh, Lord Jesus. And so I'm aligning out, right? And somebody else's Titan also got bumped 100 kilometers in my direction. That Titan landed on me and bumped me another 50 kilometers out. So at this point, I'm like 250 kilometers off the gate. I have John Hartley screaming. I have John Hartley being like, oh my god, I can't believe you're bumped that far at this point. Because it's like 5 minutes later after I get bumped off from the initial one. Everybody's freaking like gone, jumped the gate. And I'm still sitting here and I'm just like, I'm just going to light a Sino on my character and jump to it at this point.
Boy, that was a good story.
Give
I-
that a different
It was
take.
a story. It wasn't a
It's
great
okay,
one.
We all like to do. We all like to go on tangents, but does anyone have any closing topics or anything they want to go over tonight?
Yeah.
So how do you scramble your eggs?
If anybody's feeling a little lonely tonight, you can check out my OnlyFans page. It's
Oh my God,
No. DeClorians
Don't
is the
take
one, the
my
true
thing.
Oh, Lord.
OnlyFans.
Mine is the one and only, okay, guys? So meet me at onlyfans.com/
No.
I could finish that sentence for
Yeah,
you.
see, we need to
Oh
see.
my God.
And here's the thing: we need to actually make an OnlyFans so that after the slash, we actually have something to say. Because I keep like,
But
the thing
DeClorian
is,
does.
I really do have one. And some
Really?
people already have it.
do you put your butthole up?
No.
How much is a picture of your rectum?
Cindy, just
Well,
stop.
with that,
With that,
It's
I think-
fucking
I think-
OnlyFans. That's
I
the
just
whole
really-
idea. I just want to know, like, I want a straightforward
Realized
price.
my fucking mic was muted. God damn it! I was gonna roast Mifune.
Can I send Syndic the link to it in private afterwards?
you guys can do whatever you want on your own.
No, I'm not asking like for Twitch rules or whatever. I'm asking if the Chlorian's okay with me sending the link to Syndic.
Oh, to send it? Yeah, send it. No problem.
My question is, why do you have it?
Because
It would
DeClorian's
not link his
OnlyFans? Why not?
Instagram or something.
Dude, I will pay a very small amount of money to see any person, like any person that I've actually know who it's like, yeah, there's naked pictures of him. Like no matter how fat and disgusting, it's like, I mean, I'll look. Like, I want to see.
Last time someone did a bet on me like that, a Discord channel got full of, let's say, dick pics, and that Discord channel even had in real life friends. So I don't give a single fuck.
You got a big hanger on you? You rocking a solid piece?
I'm not saying yes or no.
Spoken like a man with a big dick.
So,
Okay.
On that closing.
All right, Mifune, we can.
All right.
Close out for
Enjoy
the
your night,
Thank you for
everybody.
everybody coming.
Thank you for coming. There wasn't a lot of Eve stuff that happened this week. So hopefully we will get a very interesting weekend. And hopefully things step up during the weekdays so we don't have to talk about things that have been talked to death by other talk shows. So enjoy your night, everybody. And have a good weekend. Catch you all next week.
Thank you. Bye bye.
take it easy.